Hello and welcome to Crypto Weeklies. In this video, we analyze Toncoin. None of the content is financial advice. Right now, the price of Toncoin is at around $1.64. It's still lower than the 20-week simple moving average, which are at around the 21-week exponential and 20-week simple moving average at around $2.20 and $2.30 respectively, 35 cents respectively. And also, the 50-week simple moving average is all the way at around $3 if you round it off. So why we discussed Toncoin today? It's one of the healthy performers over the last 7 days, up by about 11%. Over the last 24 hours, up by about 1%. You can see a small modest rally. Again, it's barely visible in terms of the high Kanashi candles. But if you move to regular candles, you would see that there is a bottom forming over here. If there is a rally back, again, not financial, back to 20-week simple moving average, it's about in terms of the percentage from here, the 20-week simple moving average is about 40-45% higher than the current price. So that's again one thing to look for. If the rally were to go back to the 50-week simple moving average, that's about 84% higher than the current price. So that's where the short-term gain for Toncoin per the technical analysis could be. Coming back to our machine learning based outlook for Toncoin and also the regression based and accumulation related models. We'll start with the machine learning based price analysis. Right now, this is the weekly price action of Toncoin since launch. Again, if you zoom out again, and then again, instead of candle bodies, if we were to look for any line chart over here, and then toggle between this view and the view that we have on our website, again you see it's a similar view on the weekly averages. So this model we have trained the machine learning model using this data. If there is a bull case in the next 3 months, the price could meet the $2.30 to $2.55 level, again coming close to the 50-week simple moving average, which is at around $2.96 at this moment. But if you see forecast a precipitous drop somewhere over here, the price and the 50-week simple moving average could go and again coincide at around $2.30. So that's the non-euphoria bull run scenario or bullish scenario for Toncoin. In the scenario where there is a bear market, the first major drop for Toncoin per this model could be coming close to that valuation under $1, close to 95 cents. So, and if the bear market were to last 6 months from now, again one could argue that the bear market for Toncoin and major altcoins started in 2024 itself, as late as about December 2024. So that altcoin bear market has never ceased to stop since the entirety of 2025. So we are 1 year into the altcoin bear market. If it lasts more than 6 months, then the bear market bottom for Toncoin could be close to 60 cents. Over here, what we have is again the regression based fair value estimation for Toncoin, which is coming in at around $3.12. So there could be a rally in some future, not too distant or not too close into the future, where the price could eventually go to the fair value established by this model, which is at around $3.12. Again, all these models are available for free. You don't have to pay or sign up for anything. The undervaluation territory, again, if you were to cut off using one standard deviation residual down to the fair value, that level for Toncoin is at around $2 level. So price right now is not only below the fair value, but also in the deep value zone as it were to stand per the regression based model. So that's why we are making the video today. Again, not offering financial advice, but offering an insight on where the valuation is with respect to historical price. Again, the opposite of this green line is the yellow line, which is equidistant from the regression based fair value to the upside. So that's the one standard deviation overvaluation scenario. In the next bull run or so, Toncoin could reach that yellow line at some point, which is at around $5 level, which is about 3x or slightly more than 3x of the current price of $1.60. That's the reason to have these models, to identify what the theoretical upside or downside for an asset is Coming to the DCA model, which is again a similar expression of that regression based model but at a daily level, and then the price is color coded with respect to these risk levels, and again based on your own risk tolerance you can toggle off DCA. This is the purpose is to identify DCA zones, again not offer financial advice, whenever the risk is less than 0.1 or 0.2 based on your own tolerance, again not financial advice. Accumulating below these risk levels again avoids again that buying at the top and again selling the bottom. The opposite is sell the top and buy the bottom. So it's much easier said than done. So these kind of models help identify the bottom zones and the top zone, again where the dotted green line has helped us provide a guidance, which is the bottom regression based accumulation territory per the dip buying model, which is coming in at around $1.37. Price is very close to that level. That's why we are making the video today. Regression based ceiling, and that's where from cycle to cycle, whenever the price comes close to the dotted red line like it did back in 2024, that's when the distribution kind of occurs, and again any risk bit above 0.6, again that again you can be as risk averse as possible. Again between 0.5 and 0.8 risk DCA out of the trade, historically speaking, was not the worst idea for Toncoin. Right now the zone or the price price cycle where most of the altcoins are, Toncoin not an exception, is in this downtrend. So that's why making a accumulation related model rather than distribution. So coming back to the major models, the time weighted average price model has also flagged a buy zone. Again whenever the price is below the blue line over here, which is the time weighted average price, it avoids DCA at the worst possible time, although again not identify the exact bottom, but again only DCA when if we were to only DCA below the blue line, it would not have been the worst time to DCA. Historically speaking, in the hopes that whenever the risks on the time weighted average price based risk is in yellow or orange, again taking some profit at that time would also again bode well. Now what we have is, as we enter a bear market scenario, we will discuss both the bull target if there is a major bullish season in the next bull run, timeline to be decided, and also the bear market bottom. We'll start with the bull case and then conclude with the bear case. The Toncoin, again this is for all major cryptos sorted by market cap. Toncoin right now, the time weighted average price risk is rounded off to 0. That is because price is lower than the time weighted average price. Regression risk as 0.3, SMA risk at 0.4, weighted risk at around 0.23, weighted in favor of regression based risk more to identify peaks. So in this environment, the max base peak for Toncoin is close to that $3 target for Toncoin, which is closer to the 50-week simple moving average. The bull case is slightly higher than that, $3.70, and the moon case, that is everything lining up perfectly, is at around $5.40. So that's the positive sides of things. The bear case for Toncoin, again if we were to look for any major bottom, again as the price is below the time weighted average price over here, this flag has toggled. The weighted risk is still 0.4 as the time weighted average price risk per this model is higher, although the price is lower than the time weighted average price. The distance is not that high as some of the other cryptos would have. The time weighted average price risk is still at a 0.49 as it would relate to the a bottom forming when, let's say, both ETH and Bitcoin are lower than or close enough to their time weighted average price risk. The bear case for Toncoin, again as mentioned, the base bear case scenario is at around 80 cents in this bear market. If the bear market were to last for 6 months, the panic scenario is 60 cents, and anything above that again would take much more worse market conditions. So that's the forecast to the downside as a cumulation of all these models. You can check how this is calculated on the methodology down here, and also the bull case. And with that, I would like to conclude by saying again, panic bear case for Toncoin at 63 cents, and also the bull case between $3 and $5. With that, I would like to conclude. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please give a like and subscribe, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.